Hey everybody, so today I'm going to show you how to replace your cabin air filters, which may be old and clogged up and filled with rat droppings or something or whatever, with these brand new charcoal cabin air filters from ATP Automotive. They don't have to be from ATP Automotive, but that's just where I got mine. These have activated carbon and charcoal in them, and they go in through the glove box under here. Okay, so the first step is to open up your glove box and empty out all your personal belongings from there, because this will be coming off. So the next thing you're going to want to do actually is to unhook this glove box from its hinges under here, which they actually just pop off. And they're on there pretty hard, so you want to give it a good pull. That side's done. And there's that side. Then they just come out like so. Okay, so now that the glove box is off, the next thing you're going to want to do is find this bit here. This is the cover for the cabin air filter, and all you gotta do is take it out, and then your cabin air filters are right here. And these guys are really dirty. There's so much grime in here, it's crazy. So I will have to vacuum this out. But yikes, look at that. Wouldn't be surprised if there was wildlife in here, to be honest. That is a lot. I can tell that this cabin air filter has probably not been changed in at least 2 or 3 years, because they are supposed to be changed at least once a year. Then get the other one out here. Yeah, I'm going to have to go in here with the vacuum in order to get the other one out, because that is a lot of buildup. Okay, so I got my bag under here that I can collect all this debris from. This is really bad. This is probably the worst I've ever seen on an air filter. These almost look like pieces of firewall that have just come loose and maybe have come through, like the insulation, or it's nesting. Maybe a creature was trying to form a nest in here at some point. But yeah, this is really bad. There's the other filter, just as bad as the first one. I'm gonna keep going in here. There's more. A lot more. Yeah. This looks like it was a nest at some point, because this car was sitting for a bit before I got it. Okay, so I'm going to have to take out the blower motor because there's so much in there and I can't reach all the way in. So I'm just going to take it off using from these screws here. All you need is a screwdriver. There's just 3 screws there, and then I'll unhook it through the electrics right there. Okay, so I'm actually going to be using a bolt driver here to help get it out. And this is an 8mm end just on my bolt driver. So let's go ahead and do it. They come out easy peasy with the bolt driver because it has 6 points of contact instead of just the little bits from a screwdriver. This should come out like so. There's the blower motor. Just has a couple of things of debris in it. But the real reason I'm taking this out is so I can reach up in and grab the remainder that's inside. Just a bit more up there that I haven't gotten yet. So now that I got all the debris out from in here, I'm just going to reinstall the blower motor the same way I put it in. Go ahead and start all your screws by hand before tightening them, just so that way they're started. There's not a lot of space to work under the dash here, but I'm trying my best to get this right. There we go. Now that they're all started, I can tighten them up with this bolt driver. Make sure you don't tighten them too tight because it is just plastic holding these in. And if you tighten them too tight, you could strip that. And that would not allow for very good sealing power. It may cause rattles with your blower motor, which are very noisy. So you don't want that. Just like that, the blower motor is reinstalled. So from here, I'm going to install my new cabin air filters. They actually have a diagram on it that shows you where the air flows to. And in this case, the air is coming from outside here into the blower motor. So all I have to do is insert these with the airflow in the right direction. See, this one has airflow down. It's just going to go in like that. And then from there, all you got to do is put on the cover for it. Make sure it's clean. Make sure it's in the right orientation. Just like that, the cover is reinstalled and my air filters are in place. All I have to do now is to reinstall the gloves. This little diffuser here has a hook inside that you actually have to have it hooked to for it to stay secure. And I did just hook it up now, so I'm going to go ahead and reinstall the glove box. And make sure that this is on the correct spot. That's in. I gotta get this part around down here, just like that. And you just have to secure the other side, just like so. And now it opens slowly, just like that. So I installed it correctly. So that is it. And the glove box is now reinstalled with my new cabin air filters. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure the AC is turned off. I'm getting much better flow out of the vents here. Than I did before, because I had that old, looked like a rat's nest in there that I had no idea was in there, but it is fixed now.